All right, you're gorgeous, that's right. So what time is it? Thanks, folks, for coming. It is now 11:13 in the morning on the 22nd. It looks like we have a quorum. Mrs. Dombrowski, Mrs. Cook, Mr. Sager, Ms. Galar. You have the affidavit, the acceptance and/or rejection of the previous board meeting of December 11th, 2021. Is there a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
Yes.
Made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Go
Any
on.
reason why one of you is not running this meeting again?
I think you're being interrupted, so would you like me to run the meeting so we can go quicker?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yep.
Galar Cook. Okay. The items for discussion and vote for, number one, the renewal of the management contract with Tony beginning April 4th, 2022. You've had an opportunity to, well, is there a motion to entertain that? Is there a motion?
Yes.
So,
A motion for that.
Fred, is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Peg. Okay. Is there any board discussion on the contract? Anything you find objectionable? Anything funny about it? Anything legal?
So
Yeah.
I find it's pretty much the same as last year. Just a couple
Okay.
Small changes.
Great. Seeing the board has no further questions on it, we'll close the discussion on it and then call for a vote. Mrs. Dombrowski, to approve the contract?
I approve.
Yes. Mrs. Dombrowski, Mrs. Cook?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Sager?
Yes.
Ms. Gallart?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Number two, terminate relationship with Hometown for the grounds maintenance. That's been a big issue since they changed hands. You all know the story. Is there a motion to formally discontinue that service, just for the grounds maintenance, not the termite service? Is there a motion?
Yes.
So Ms. Gallart, seconded by Mrs. Dombrowski. Is there a board discussion?
No.
No? Is the board in approval to terminate that relationship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Helen?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Number three, terminate relationship with Emerald Isle Landscaping. There seems to be some lacking over, he cuts the grass good, we've all discussed it. Is there a motion to terminate the relationship?
I'll make the motion.
Mrs. Cook, is there a second? Mrs. Dombrowski, is there any further board discussion on it? Seeing nothing, is the board approve it? Mrs. Dombrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Sager?
Yes.
Ms. Gallart?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, approve grounds maintenance agreement with Nanox Landscaping. You've all had the opportunity to review it. Is there a motion to get moving to approve this contract? Is there?
I'll make a motion, we approve the contract.
Okay, it's second. Mrs. Cook, Mrs. Dombrowski. Are there any changes in the contract or anything you want to question further?
No.
I have one call out. Sorry.
Nope.
I just want to make sure that they're aware of like the dog areas, just to make sure that there's like no like pesticides, et cetera, where
Absolutely.
the dog areas
I
are,
will
but-
absolutely, I will adjust, make sure that's very clear in the contract.
Okay.
Okay, just a
Good
second.
point.
Just very good point. Dog. Okay. So the board approves of that contract, and I will make sure that's very clear in the contract, and I'll send you a copy of it. That's a
Okay.
good point, thank you, because we do want the dogs to be happy. Number 5, board appointment to Middle River Club. As everybody discusses, my mom is not well. She's okay, but, is she really up to being a board member? So it would probably be in our best interest to appoint, for River Shores, to appoint a new Middle River Club rep. And I understand, Fred, you were interested in that position.
Yes, put me on there, please.
Oh, okay. So, actually, somebody else brought that up, so we're following those instructions by considering somebody else.
I'd like to be considered also.
Oh, okay, so the board, there's two people that would like to be considered.
Make it 3.
3, so.
4.
4, okay. So it's a board choice what you'd like to do. Would you like to appoint any one of the 4 that are willing, or maybe Fred, or whatever ones are willing? Is there a motion for one of the people?
Can we have a discussion on that privately?
Yeah.
Well, not privately, because we want to make, you want to make the decision today.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very important that decision get made today because of other issues that have come up just basically over the weekend.
Is it-
You could make, who would you like? Would you like?
I would like to appoint Fred.
Okay.
He's
Is there a?
got a long history of River Shores.
Yes.
Does he know the entire facility? Does he use the pool? Does he use the area?
I don't
Are you
use-
around here on a
I've
regular
never seen
basis?
you.
I've never seen you before.
Excuse me, this is a board meeting. It's not for discussion. You could discuss that
It's
after.
not really up to us, it's up to them.
I don't understand why somebody's been elected that we've never seen
Quiet.
in the pool area.
We don't go to the pool because people are just so disgusted with the people that are down there gossiping.
Oh, God.
Any
And you're
complaints
going to
that they-
represent the Middle River Club with that kind of attitude?
Is it the truth?
It's appalling.
It's the truth.
No, it sounds like you're the one that's a problem,
Well,
not
it's a
us.
personal choice.
We enjoy
He
ourselves
doesn't have to
there.
go to the pool if he doesn't want to go to the pool.
Fred, it's not the truth, I'll answer.
We all
It's not
pay
the
the
truth.
same maintenance.
Yeah,
We
whether you
all
go to the
own
pool
it.
or not.
Right.
Or usually, because I've never seen him on the ground.
Okay, so there's a motion for Mr. Sager. Is there a second?
I second it simply because Fred's been on the board, he's knowledgeable as
Right.
far as HOA, association.
You don't have to explain it,
What are you
Helen.
laughing
Helen, you don't have to explain it.
Because
It's
you're a
okay.
puppet, Helen. You're a puppet.
Yeah,
The
It's
strings
okay.
are being pulled on the whole group of you.
Did
Oh,
you fix
haven't
the
got a
dock
clue.
yet that you broke?
haven't got a clue.
Calm down.
Did you
Okay.
fix the dock
You don't have to
yet?
justify it. It's not a,
Second it.
yeah, it's an opinion. Yeah.
Call a vote.
So, Fred, you're willing to do this, huh?
Oh,
Oh,
yes, I'm excited.
bless you. Go in peace, my child. So, there's a vote. Mrs. Dombrowski for Mr. Sager.
Fred, yes.
Mrs. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Sager.
Yes.
Ms. Gillard.
I want more time.
You want more time? You could vote no. It's okay. It is, you could, you could, it's okay. You could vote any way you want. I don't know more time is because the board's taken a vote.
But it's still 3 anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So
can
vote.
abstain.
Okay, so yes.
She's more
I mean-
comfortable.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to. It's okay.
It's 3 against.
You're being
So-
bullied.
Yeah.
No, she's new and she's being careful.
Yeah, that's called
Yeah.
bullying.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's no or
She
yes?
could have abstained.
It's majority vote, right?
Well, don't go by that. How would you like to vote? You don't know Fred well, I guess. I don't know. It's up to you. Don't look at me. It's up to you.
I know, I was like, I just don't know anyone else here,
Okay.
so it's hard.
Okay, so just vote no, if you're more comfortable with that. Nobody, it's not a forced vote, it's whatever you decide.
Patrick, you see what you're missing?
This is like a deer in the
Um,
headlights.
Actually, would you like to be on the board?
I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I want to
I
ease
think you'd
into
be
it. We can't move on unless I.
Right, we have to wait till you make the decision. It's all right, take your time.
I was like, it's nothing personal. I was like, I just want to know.
No, it has nothing to do with personal, it's how you
Okay.
feel about
We
it.
understand.
Okay, I was like, okay, I'll just say no, and then.
There you go.
Okay.
Three. Number 6, the end the Windstream telephone service for the RS office. The board is aware, I'll explain it. The bill was like $140 whatever dollars. They raised it in 1 month to 400 and something. So the only purpose of that is for the directory. It's not for the office phone, it's for the directory. So Middle River Club will have to come up with a solution because there's no, charging back for all that increase. as well as the telephone line, just FYI, is for the Middle River Club line, because there's two separate lines. There's one out the directory and one for the office. So do you want to end that, and I'll do my best to figure out something as quickly as possible.
Tony, is that the line that they were gonna discontinue anyway? It was
Yes,
uploaded?
correct.
Yeah,
So they
So we
decided
gotta
the
think
last
about
couple of months, before they ended the service completely, they decided,
yeah,
yeah,
all right.
I'll figure something out, and that's where it's at. All right, is there a motion for that?
Yes, I make a motion.
Fred,
And I
Is-
second the motion.
Peg, is the board in agreement?
Yes.
Yes, okay. There are three other issues that, two of them quite recently, and Steve is here to probably help us all figure it out. And then the third issue has to do with what we discussed previously at December concerning the lawsuit against a owner for reimbursement of costs. So the owner has not come up to the plate. Do you want to move forward with the suit and advise the attorney, or what do you want to do with it?
If it's a suit, yes, go with the attorney for advisement.
Well, the attorney, no, what the attorney did was give a date certain of when payment should be made. That's coming up. So far, it doesn't look like the attorney hasn't written that payment has been received. So it's probably, I dare you, it's a dare you situation. So what do you want to do? Do you want to,
When's the date, Tony?
the end of
The end
the
of
28th,
February.
the 28th.
Yeah, which is seeking reimbursement for expenditures that we've already.
Correct. And then, of course, it would be for the other issue of he did something without prior board approval, which is in the condo doc. So the attorney would have to plus legal costs. So the evidence is present to show there was negligence of some form or whatever. He just didn't take care of the issue timely, and there was a lot of damage. So we had no option, but because we didn't want mold and whining and all that to the apartment below. So do you want to move forward? Is there a motion for that?
Make a motion, yeah.
We have to move forward.
You have to move forward.
Yeah, we've already had the attorney involved.
Yeah,
We should
so
move
he will
forward.
do whatever he's got to do, and you're all aware of the situation, yes? Okay, yeah, I want to make sure.
Yeah.
So is the board in agreement to move forward on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, Fred?
Yes.
Okay. The next issue is, over the weekend, I got an email from a anonymous individual that said the Riverbend Board told one of their residents to use River Shores parking. I hope you're all agreeing to these additions to the agenda. Is that correct?
Yes.
What we're going, okay. And this individual had come up to the office looking for a clicker and had asked me, and of course I had asked you prior, fairly recently before that, and you all agreed, no, there was no excess parking for Riverbend or River Terrace. So my understanding is the Riverbend Board informed one of the residents, oh, go ahead and use River Shores parking. I guess it's like, what is Tony going to do about it? What's the board, River Shores, going to do about it, in essence? So to kind of just brainstorm for a minute where you could see this going, do you want to make an offer to Riverbend and River Terrace to start charging them and just let them park for, use spaces, whatever they need, because we have a lot of excess parking? Or I thought of perhaps maybe having Middle River Club pay for parking babysitter, somebody who comes, in the middle of the night or during the day, and yeah, it's a babysitter, that's right. And because really I don't have time, whose car is which, and there's just no time for that. How do you see this? Do you think make the offer to Riverbend and River Terrace and see what they say, and how much would you want to charge them for use whatever parking you want? Because they kind of, there's a guess, they don't intentionally do it, but somebody has to stand there, and at night, that's why we went through the whole issue of the parking stickers and everything. How do you see this? Go ahead.
I think that we should have somebody check and see who's parking in the right place or not.
Okay, so you're for the parking
And I'm from
babysitter.
River Bend, but the person that bought a condo, they have 2 trucks, and it says in the contract they have 1 parking space, so that's where this is coming from.
No, I understand that. The birdie told me that it was specifically said, go ahead and use River Shores guest parking from that board. So, you know, I don't know how you feel about that, so.
But that's where it's coming from. That's me.
Right. So you're for the parking babysitter. Do the other board members, do you want to make an offer?
No, I think we should make an offer because we have more parking than we need. And it would give them a chance at a cost.
Well, yeah, so now the question is,
Yeah.
how much do you see, it would be an easement, you're not, that, if you remember the language from years ago, how much would you like to charge them for?
Didn't
Well,
we have
let's
this
see who else
issue?
thinks we should charge them rather than have a monitor.
Well, they
Right
could
off
say,
that first.
screw you know, why not?
But that's not right.
Well, we're talking about it. So what's right and wrong is we're dealing with a history that none of us can change. So we have to, which is, wait till we get to the
Right, because
garbage.
We can't monitor it.
So to pay somebody, and Middle River Club can pay for that monitor. Yeah, that board could vote for that and sign a contract. So my question is, do you want to make that offer to them at all, or do you just want it, Fred thinks getting the monitor is the best. Do you want to think about, do you want, I mean, with $200 from each building a month, because, you know, I know from River Bend, they have no parking. So that would increase the value of their units if they had basically unlimited
No
parking, correct,
Almost
Fred?
everybody's got 2 cars.
Well, particularly they have big units over there, so it's likely there's 2 people with 2 cars. So instead of them being tight, it's certainly, the value is there. Fred, you live over there. What are your thoughts on that? I'm just throwing it out. There's no right or wrong answer on this.
Yeah, I
You're-
don't know. I think that,
He gave an answer. He wanted a
I don't know, give me a second.
All right.
Somebody else-
Why don't you think about it? Go ahead, you speak.
I thought he had an answer. He
Well,
said
we're tossing
monitor.
it around, it's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think Fred said it.
Yeah,
Are you asking him to change his mind?
no.
No, we are talking about it, the board and me,
No, I understand.
not you.
Not
But I'm
you.
here, and I'm
You're
confused.
here, but you're not part of the board.
But I'm confused, because I thought you gave a solution. Did you?
An opinion.
Yeah, that was an option.
There are 4 people presently on the board. Each get to
There's
say
2
something.
opinions so far.
That's what I'm saying, it sounded like he hadn't made an opinion. I thought he had an opinion, that's all. I'm
He did.
clarifying for Tony.
Sometimes you change your mind, though.
they changed
Ask the
it.
question again.
Couldn't we go ahead, following along with what Peg suggested, assign a certain number of spots to River Bend and to River Terrace, charge them for those spots? Because we
Can
did
I
that
tell you,
once
Helen?
before.
Could I be, yeah, and
Yeah, we
you
gave
don't
them
want to go
for
through the whole
free
history.
For free, but then we charge them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I, truthfully, not to have the concern of how many spaces are they using, whatever. They could just, somebody that it may be assigned here, then we have to paint them. I don't want to get involved in all that, because we did that years ago. We're trying to get past history. So if you assign them, that means they would have to be, you know, with they're still remaining as our spaces.
Right.
What I would say is, based on taking the whole thing, let them have unlimited, but just charge them, say, $200 each a month.
Yeah, but how do we know how many spaces they're actually using?
It won't matter, because we have tremendous excess.
Yes.
We have, and there would have to be one other caveat, because I think we all are aware, they can park in River Shore spaces, but God forbid somebody accidentally parked in there. I mean, you know, we have the patrol come out immediately. So, to me, and it's just an opinion, and it's based on years, let them have free reign. If they may say, if both of them don't do it, then maybe go to Fred, the idea of parking monitor, and just let Middle River Club come in 2-3 times a month and spot check.